Good morning, excited friends. Mitty Man coming back at you from Walker's Music. Yet another word for the day. We give God the praise and the glory for life, health, and strength as usual. We give Him all the praise, and we thank Him for as well as it is. We also thank God for each and every one of you excited friends. You know who you are. I come here this morning. I got a particular topic that we all are not so much unfamiliar with. Matter of fact, we should be familiar with this topic. At least we've heard it, I know, more than one time in our lives. In other words, especially I can give it to my grandma. God bless her. She's in a nursing home right now, but I remember the time when she used to tell me, mind your business and you'll be all right. She always told us, don't worry about the other fella. You just do what you're supposed to do. And I took those words to the heart at a very early age. And believe it or not, people, I have tried to follow that. I didn't always do it, but I tried to follow it the best I could. In other words, the older I got, the more I understood and the more I tried to make certain that I did just that, mind my own business. And then when I came into the Word of God and I found that it was a commandment that we were supposed to take care of our own business and not be busybodies in other people's affairs. And I was more inclined then to do just that. And I just wanted to say, we just give God the praise and everything. And I wanted to say on yesterday that we had a very, very good worship service in my first Sunday church in New Salem, CME Church, Christian Methodist Episcopal. And we had a very, very enlightened service on yesterday. We called it the Lord's Feast. And the Pastor James Wilson, his wife also Pastor Brenda Wilson, and they both pastors there. And I would guess you would say the senior pastor, her being the co-pastor, husband and wife team. Very excellent combination. And we had a very, very interesting and very good time yesterday. In other words, I got a look. Me and Pastor Brenda, we had a little comical laugh about it because see, sometimes God just work things out where people just have to slide right on into it. In other words, God don't always have His way, and we just must get in line and do what we supposed to do as servants of God. In other words, I tell people all the time that you just need to get in line. Stop trying to be the boss of everything, and don't get the bossy attitude. In other words, in the local church, you got the pastors. The pastors are the overseers of the church people, and God is always going to talk to the pastor first. The pastor's going to get the vision, and I say the pastors. That means male and female. That's for those traditional people that don't think that female have a part in the church. You're wrong. But that the God gives them the vision and the message and of the purpose. And then the pastor, they pass it down to the flock. We are the sheep. And those of us in ministry, myself included, minister of music or whatever capacity, you get with the pastor. The pastor give you the vision that God has given them. And then it's your job to accommodate. And just as me and Pastor Brenda did on yesterday, and it worked out just fine. Matter of fact, it worked out great because we had our kids up that do so wonderful. Those kids are so bright. Those kids are very sharp. And matter of fact, they didn't even have a rehearsal. But the song that Pastor Brenda had spoke to me about, we just sort of like went with the flow. This is what happens when we let God be in control. God knows what to do. All we got to do is get in line and follow. And this is what I said about minding your own business. See, in other words, if we would just see, if I'd have been trying to do what the usher, putting my emphasis on something what the ushers should have been doing, see, I'd have been out of line. I'm trying to mind their business instead of doing what Pastor Brenda asked me to do. See what I'm saying? To get those particular songs together, and then guess what? Everything just went very well. And I mean very well. We had a good time. And the Word of God was preached by Pastor James. Gave us a little small sermonette. Pastor James said, I don't know what a sermonette is, so he did a great job by not knowing what it is. So everything will work if we just go and get in line. If we just stop worrying about who's in charge. Because we do have people in charge, people. In other words, if Pastor Brenda or Pastor James or even my home pastor, my home church, Pastor Green, if they ask me, being a musician, to that certain songs that they would like to see implemented in the worship service, it is my job to see to it getting done. That's my job. That's my only job. I'm a servant. Not a boss, but a servant. And that's what we need to do. If we stay at the foot of the cross, and we always sing this song, Jesus Keep Me Near the Cross. We always say, we sing that. We say, keep me near the cross. We say, in other words, not just another favorite one we have. Let me see what the one we sang on yesterday. I have decided. In other words, that's the bouncy version. We did a slower version of it, but I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. If we have decided to do these things, if we really say that we are following Christ, then we don't have we should have the mind of a servant. Jesus said that the servant. So what are we testify that we are following Christ and that we are doing what Christ says, but our action shows different people. We have our little attitudes and we want people to do so much for us, but we do not in return do anything. We expect people to just do for us, but then you don't reciprocate. In other words, but it's like I said, and I did a little testimony. I don't want to brag about it, but my job. This is my take. Money don't move me. Money does not move me. In other words, I do whatever the Spirit tells me to do. That's what I would do. Because a lot of times, people, when you start following money, you're going to make the biggest mistake in your life. Money will take care of itself. Because God knows we need money. Look what Jesus did. Jesus told Peter, take a hook, go fishing. Get the money out the fish mouth. Pay your taxes and mine. Jesus realized we need money. And believe it, that will take care of itself. But our main mission should be on service. And like I said, if we say we love each other, we'll show it by what we do. In other words, Jesus said, just as you want people to do unto you, you must do likewise. This is common. This is very common. So remember that, people. Remember what I always say. Many man said, whatever you get into, if God ain't in it, it's best you come out of it. It's Many Man saying peace. Goodbye.